It's here, guys. It is update 8. And so I'm not testing this out on a, or rather I am testing this out, so this isn't like an official episode. So all I did was I moved my server save to my local computer here so I could try it out. Let's see, yeah, it should be this guy here, so I can try it out and see what our base looks like in Unreal 5. Oh, wow. Oh. So it is running a little chunky here. See if it smooths up a bit. Let's see what our, is it stat, show, no, it's stat FPS. Okay, so we are running a little slower. Let's see what our option settings are here. I mean, we've got everything maxed out, so that might have something to do with it. Wow. There are even more settings here. Okay, motion blur is off. Screen percentage. I imagine we are going to hit some issues on my 3080, I am guessing. PSR is RAM intensive, that's okay. We have a lot of RAM. Let's just bump it all up. Let's see how much it hurts. Enable for lumen global illumination. So I know they don't officially support this, but this is really something I want to see. Yeah, let's just bump this all up. And let's take a look. Let's see. So right now, is this already enabled? I'm getting... Oh man, I'm getting 24 frames per second. Game's chugging, guys. The game is chugging. Game is chugging along. I guess I can't. I guess I can't run it this way. Let's take a look down here. That lighting though is pretty impressive, the way it does the shadows. Oh, it's just so chunky though. Yeah, I mean, for comparison, I think I get 120 maxed out on update 7. On the other hand, look at these vistas. So one of the things they improved, right, is they use that, I forget the name of the system, called titanium? I forget what it's called, but it changes the way, I guess you don't have levels of detail the way you normally do, so it doesn't make these faraway textures, and I don't know if it affects the textures or like the meshes, so they don't look so weird, so kind of smudged up. And wow, yeah, like the draw distance is improved. There's still a lot of fog, but usually I'd look down here and it was just real foggy. I don't think I could see this much detail. I look at that, I can see those hatchers there. Let's go further up. Let's see what's going on. I do want some of the mechanical improvements to update from update 8. However, right, I can't in good conscience record at 30 frames per second or less, so that's something that I'll have to figure out. It could be I could fine-tune the settings, make it look a little bit better, so that we can proceed in update 8. On the other hand, though, maybe not the best idea to switch to the experimental branch for our Satisfactory series. It is a really cool effect, though. Let's see what this light looks like. I mean, I guess this is just like what's called a screen space effect, right? It's not an actual light. Yeah, it doesn't like generate shadows. Huh, how did I miss? I thought I had gotten this. Oh, did update 8 reset some of this? Or is this because I moved the save? Because I'm pretty sure I had picked up that slug there. And that's right. So one of the things too, I wonder if that has to do with the changes to the terrain. So that was one of the big things too, is that terrain changed significantly, or at least somewhat. And that was one of the things you had to watch out for. And I guess you still do get that effect a bit. It does go away as you zoom in there. I mean, it's experimental right there. They're still working on it. I mean, that for sure, I think, is a greater view distance than I was getting previously. I don't think I could see this far previously. I don't think I was seeing, look at that. I can see, there's like a hard drive. Those hard drive containers out there. Yeah, I could not see this far before. That's amazing. That is pretty impressive. I might have to do some side-by-side comparisons. Let's go take a look down below where our, oh, this is a big drop. Ouch. Where our structures kind of collide more with the terrain. I just want to see if there's any big changes that resulted in some weird issues. Let's see, so I know here we were climbing over this hill here. Everything looks pretty much the same here, aside from how shiny it is. It's much shinier now. Nothing seems to have changed over there. Let's check up here. Oh, I did not leave a path for myself to go up that way. Oh, it reset my my colors. Was never a fan of that blue. Wow, look at the yeah, there's like a reflection, or rather, I guess, I don't know if it being a missive coming off of the hologram. You can see it light up materials near to it. And again, that might be the lumen effect, which is not something they are like officially supporting. Whoa, big chunk. Big chunk. And now even here we're looking unchanged, unfazed here, which is good news. Anything changed down here? Oh, this looks, alright, you know what? I keep forgetting about this hard drive here. I mean, this speaks well. This, I think this really highlights, you know, the improvements. So again, hopefully optimizations will make it less chunky. I have a 13700K. I'm sure that's not what's getting slammed. Check my task manager here. So my GPU is getting hit, obviously. I'm using 21 gigs of RAM, but I also have other stuff running. Let's see if I can get a little more info. So my VRAM, right? I've only got 10 gigs. I think that might be the real holdup for me here. I'll have to do some research, but it's possible that it's just an issue of I don't have enough VRAM. And I'd have to figure out which effects, which graphic settings are causing the most issue. I know it did mention. Let's see. Let's goof around with that a little bit. Maybe we can figure out what's gonna work. So this is with a 3080. So this does say this is VRAM intensive. So you know what? Let's try temporal. And I wish that I could remember what the exact effects of this is, but other than anti-aliasing, I don't remember exactly what difference they make. But let's see here. I did see, so my VRAM usage has dropped it just a little bit, so I think I was overwhelming it before, not so much now. Let's investigate further. I typically have just been able to leave texture quality up. Let's disable, I guess we could turn down global illumination. Let's see what effect it has just turning it down a bit. Oh, significant, right? We're already up to 60 there. Still a decent effect though. Yeah, that freed up a bit of VRAM there. Let's investigate a little further. See, we did switch this guy up to cinematic. Let's try just very far. I think that was a previous setting. So we're getting 60, right? But we're gonna need to be above 60. Our minimum would have to be 60 for recording, in my opinion. Just so that we can maintain a constant 60 for anything I record. So let's look a little bit further, dig a little bit more, see what other changes were there. You know what? There is also screen percentage. So let's switch this back down to 75. That's what they had it previously. So I think this means that it renders the game at 75% of my resolution, which is 1440. Oh, I see. 50%. Game will be rendered at half resolutions, scaled up to fit the entire size. When running TSR, the final image will be scaled up to full resolution. So let's see, temporal super resolution. Okay, let's do balanced. Okay, this is much more reasonable. Then the difference is noticeable, but it's not horrifying, right? It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Let's get a little more FPS. It looks like we're nearing, yeah, we're breaking 70. I did see a 5 there, I think, for a moment. Yeah, we're getting 5s every once in a while. So, let's see what else we can do. Let's see, so I'm gonna try to look at the new settings. It looks like there is a lower toggle here, performance. See, I don't want to mess with that yet. I am sure can save quite some performance when not using, but reduces reflection quality. I imagine this is around water. So I think if we did it now, there'd be no effect, or I wonder if this is that effect where the like the holograms, right, of what I was gonna build was emitting light and it was reflecting off of materials nearby. See if this has any effect. Particularly since I'm actually not near anything causing that effect. No, so this probably wouldn't come up now. Let's leave that on. I don't know, we'll leave it off. Let's bump this down to medium. So yeah, that seems to do it. Where we're breaking 80, we're in the 70s, occasionally see dips into the 60s. So for sure, the thing I was most excited about is the thing hitting it the hardest. But this is a little more reasonable, and you still get that kind of a shadow effect, right? Rather than having the whole world lit up, you do see shadow, right, from you know, non-static objects blocking it, right? Like our I guess our foundations are static, but I mean player build stuff. I do wonder how clear the right, like the light is shining down. Are we seeing? I did see a drop there. Yeah, look, that suddenly drops to 20. Is it being caused? Are you causing it? I mean, there's going to be these issues. And it might also mean just my machine is not up to snuff anymore. I hope not. I hope that's not the case. Although it could be the performance costs of lumens are just, that's just going to be the case. What I'm going to do is just try to turn down to more reasonable settings. Let's see what we would get if we were just, right, if we disabled lumen. Let's see if we disabled lumen. This was the base settings, I think, that it's set for a 75, and then the temporal super resolution, so we'll leave that for now. Really, everything else is set to kind of what we had previously. I don't know, I didn't grab like a screenshot of the Unreal Engine 4 settings from update 7. Let's try this. Let's see Yeah, so there we go. You see that effect changes again. This is pretty well lit over here. And that actually seems to be a big chunk of the changes in performance appears to be that. Look at that though. So I know there's usually interpolation, right, of these animations when you're further away. Now it seems to be kind of just fudging them, right? Like I guess I don't know what that effect would be called, but I'm guessing that's to save on performance. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Is it worth it to try to switch over, right? You know, it does increase. I'm leaning towards no, because it increases the risk of just something bad happening, right? Something breaks. Really, you know, to be fair, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense, right? Because they're going to be continually updating the experimental branch. And actually, when I first started the series, I didn't even realize I was playing on the experimental branch by accident. I switched over at some point so that I'm on stable. Luckily, Update 7 had been out forever at that point, so it was unlikely something bad was going to happen. But Update 8 just came out, right? And it could be they make a change that creates some pretty big problems, and that could result in a premature end to the series, right? Which is, it's a little bit what they might call unacceptable. So in all likeliness, this is just showing what the new thing looks like, because even with these settings, there's still some hitching. We're not getting a solid frame rate, and that's just going to reduce the quality of the recordings, right? You're not, right? I don't want to do that. I'm not going to reduce the quality of the recordings just so that I can try out all of the new settings. But either way, let me know what you guys think of the new update. If you guys have tried it out yourselves, or just from what you've seen. It looks like it was a pretty big undertaking, and looks like they still have some work to do, right? You know, Coffee Stain has a lot of goodwill built up. I'll continue to trust them, but I'm sure they're still tuning it, and we'll let them do that. We won't hassle them. We'll just let them keep working. Whether it's Update 7 or Update 8, Satisfactory is just a really good looking game. And if you guys like the video, give me a like, right? Hit that thumbs up button. And if you're not subscribed, then subscribe and hit the bell so you can get notifications for when the next episode drops. Have yourselves a good week, and I'll see you guys next time.